Recorded much. I think there've been two that I haven't. I got a cookie in my teeth that I haven't posted. I have no idea why. I don't even know what they were. But then was at a 12-step meeting. I was just enjoying, the body was just enjoying talking. I can appreciate why um, there are these groups where people come and ask questions because without a topic or a question, there's nothing to say. So the meeting had a topic. So then there was talking. And it's become that way a lot with friends. Not 100%. Um, a fair amount of my friends, I don't really reach out to as much as I maybe used to, or as much as they do. Same with family. There's no reason. And then if a reason comes up, some sort of catalyst or something, like an event or I don't even know. Another sentence that's fizzling on the vine. It's like fizzling out as it's being said. I thought there'd be talking, and there is like a buzzing, but there's also without another person or a topic, nothing. It's just going quiet. Maybe this is what happened the last two videos. Maybe that's why I didn't post them. So the mind was doing a little bit of its habit. Of course, it's all experienced very differently now, but um its habit of like when there's a new male and like a somewhat reasonable age range to this body in the there's a word circle, like social circle, newly in the circle or newly come across in the happenings of life. There's a long habit of imagination thoughts about partnership. Now they don't become actual like images um or movie. They used to, I think, become like imagining activities or bodies or going places or I don't even know, but it was more fleshed out or yeah. Now it's just like they repeat in thought, like that they exist. And then every time there's like catching it and like checking, there's laughing. Like, um, in particular, the like someone else having their set of activities and interests. And because of increased proximity and partnership, that becoming the new world for this body um, is totally unwanted. Like, for instance, if there was a person who came into the social circle who had an interest in, I'm trying to think of a thing, geology, and then dating happened, then geology would be part of this life. And that's like just not of interest. With friends, I think it's much more normal to only intersect in the things that are shared. Sometimes there might be going like doing adventures with people and stuff that you might not normally or something, but it's way less pressure or something, or there's just something in the social norms about how often a partner is, well, like, yeah, like people move in together and I don't know. It seems that's not of interest. It's funny, my hair is parting right down the middle. Um, and then there's laughing at the thoughts that had been happening as if like a huh? And then there's a no, and then and like and it's all held really lightly, because who knows anything. But yeah, and then there's like almost like being back on a date with the person I am. Like I was just in the bathtub and like thinking about in the past anyway, with dating and all the thoughts about this body, like being seen or being sexy or being attractive or whatever. That also is like, oh, I don't, oh, that sounds awful. I don't know if it would happen again. I don't know if it'd be able to happen again. It might. I don't know. Um, I don't know what I'm saying. Think the feather from my duvet. There was a very surprising, like spontaneous reaching out to a bunch of the women in my program, my 12-step program, to see if they wanted to all meet up the Wednesday meeting. People have jobs and school and stuff, so can't. I think there might be two people that do, or three. It's interesting to watch that happen. I don't know what that's about. Oh. Mm. Nothing is anything enough to talk about it. Tomorrow. There's, I'm not saying this conceptually. Um, there's death. Death can appear, but no one dies. To somebody say something like how it's similar to saying it's windy. What's windy? There isn't something that's windy, but wind can appear. So it's deathy. It's deathy. It can be deathy. It can be painy or uncomfortable, uncomforty, discomforty, or nighty. It isn't inside and outside, but it can be insidey or outsidey. It was an attempt to explain something at the when the ladies came over on Sunday. There had been an idea, an imagining, and hearing other people talk about um, seeing through matter. Like, I don't remember words used, but I remember what the mind pictured was something that is not how it was, not how it is here. Like once it happened here or was recognized here, it was recognized to be what was described. And it was also recognized to not be anything like the mind had imagined. And be like seeing through the laptop, but it's not like X-ray vision. Like the laptop doesn't disappear, but it's obviously not there. It was like when there was walking and everything was moving away, but not disappearing. So it's like it was an impossibility. It's like in concept, like for stuff to be constantly and like wherever the looking happened, that's where it was moving into, but it wasn't, and it was everything was moving, but it wasn't disappearing, which is impossible. There was no like event horizon or whatever. Everything kind of moving and not moving, or yeah, it's really amazing. Really amazing, spectacular. And it's also so incredibly ordinary and um, not blingy, not showy. Thinking about the Lama Alioni and the monk that came and put the imprint into the stone, and how students and other people were invited around, and like there was like a sensing I think maybe the language used in the translation was like the lack of faith, or like that there was not full faith. So the impression was not as complete or deep into the stone as had the potential to be. Like, when people are talking about direct experience and then someone else's, it's just so clearly like that they have an opinion or a concept, or it can be about anything. You can feel it. Mm. Amore. If it can go, can it actually be here? Not like scientifically or something, not like proving a theory, directly, in direct experience. Where would it go? If it could come and go, it would need to come from and go to somewhere. Does a cloud die? The balloon animal die? What do I take myself to be that I could die? And also, death happens. Guaranteed. Sarah Pens. Is this Sarah you speak of? The aliveness itself, the beingness itself, the presence itself. And then out. Sight, not even blackness. No sight, no sensation, no thought. Won't you, nails? Yeah. Poking holes in my neck. rotting, decaying. People talk about, like, it was the last day to live. They talk about bucket lists and there's nothing more wanted. That can be thought of as a thing, like an experience, a place, a person, a phrase, a sensation. The somethings aren't distinguishable in that way, or there's no hierarchy to them. It can appear to be, but looking at the Swiss Alps would be, I'm sure, quite beautiful. But it would be looking, it would be seeing would be seeing. And even if there was awe or a gasp or gratitude, or I don't know, that would be sensation sensing. And that's already the case right now. Seeing sees and sensing senses. What else? Could be like expressing love or fondness. That could be fun, but that comes and goes. Whether it's done now or never done or done nearer to death, it too will be over, just like the comings and goings right now. Doesn't, you don't get something that you get to keep. Nothing comes in contact with anything. Nothing is held, nothing remains. So, what does one add to the end of their life? What does one add? Beyond feeling sensation, seeing a sight, hearing sound. The perfect date. It's the perfect date. This body as it is the perfect date. Perfect lover. Feeling itself. Who else? What else? Mm. What just came up that sounded fun would be to like tell everyone I ever was mad at what I was mad at them for, had been mad at them for. Not for any reason, just because it would be fun. Not fun like in the sense of like vengeance or getting it up and out, but to like to experience the freedom to do that itself. Just because there was so much suppression in this life of that. I'd go hog wild with it. That'd be funny. Yeah. And that too would then it would be over. The experience would have happened. Apparently. Wow. All out of nothing. Memento